All right, thanks everyone for joining. This should be a quick session. So quickly I'll introduce myself, tell you about briefly about the company, share my slide with you, invite the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to enroll with us. And afterwards, we open the line for questions and answers. We'll be more than happy to provide any answers to any questions that you may have. If you don't have a SAN, I've done the checks. Please, you can log out and log back in. Kabiru, please log out and log back in. That must be from you. All right, so let's get started. So the reason we're here today is because of data analysis. I'm sure most people on this call are looking for one way or the other. Probably you're already working as a data analyst or you're looking for ways that you can transition and become a data analyst. And that's why we're here today anyway. But before we dig in deep, let me tell you about myself, about the company. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. And what we do at Learn with Pride is help those that wants to transition from non-IT or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT trainings, ranging from ranging from project management to business analysis to Scrum Master, product owner, data analysis, DevOps engineer, software testing, IT support. I think we run like 7 different trainings, IT trainings. And why we are different is, you know, we don't focus on, we are not preparing you to go and write one certification exam or pass one examination. No, because that's not what will get you the job. We focus on what we believe will get you the job. And what is that? It's the practical training. It's getting your hands dirty, exposing you to tools, industry standard tools that, will be useful for you out there. So our approach is at the end of our program, you should be job ready. That is the approach. You'll be involved in practical trainings, you'll be involved in projects, and we believe if you do what we ask you to do, if you commit your time, energy, effort, sweat into the process, you are going to get something out of it. It's a 50-50 journey. We do our bit, and you have to do your bit as well. What is the bit that we are going to do? We are going to provide you with the quality training. We are going to provide you with the platform, with the support, with the mentorship, everything that you need to succeed. And your own 50% as well is you need to devote time to it. The only way it can work is if you commit your time into the process. Because at the end of the 4 months, you want to start competing with those who has been doing it in the industry for 2-3 years. For that to happen, your journey has to be an everyday journey. Your training might be twice a week, but that doesn't mean your learning has to be restricted to twice a week. Your learning has to be an everyday journey because you need to, for you to catch up, you need to run into issues, problems, and you tender those issues for someone who can help you out. And the process of resolving those issues for you is when actual learning is actually taking place. So for you to actually learn, you need to go through, issues, resolve issues, problems, and all of that. And for you to be able to, face any issues or challenges is when you do extra research, go above and beyond what has been covered in class, try to replicate it and go even beyond what has been covered. Then you'll be stuck. When you are stuck, that is a good thing. It is not a bad thing. You might try as much as possible to fix it, but you couldn't. That's fine. That's why we're here, to assist you, to support you, and to, resolve any issues you might have on the journey with you as well. So these are the things that we do with you. And please 1 second. All right, so these are the things that you get when you enroll on the journey with us. As the company, Learn with Pride has been going strong for the last for years now. And over the years, we've enrolled many students as passed through us as well. And also myself, my background was in accounting. And back then as well, I was tired of the accounting I was doing. I had to transition. And I transitioned to become a software automation engineer from non-IT. I don't know anything about IT before, and I transitioned to a technical IT. This is possible, and it was only 3-month course I did as well, but I could only achieve that through hard work, through determination. That is why I know and I believe anyone that has got the passion, the determination, will surely exceed, as in excel, if you put your mind into this journey, because we are here to support you, we are here to mentor you, and we are here, to go all the way with you, only if you allow us to do that. So because your success at the end of the day is our success as well. So we do everything in our power to ensure that you succeed on this journey. All right. So that is that about myself. Why are people transitioning into IT now? Why is this so in demand now that everyone that you see wants to transition into IT? And this is because this happens, after COVID. This is one of the good things that COVID brought. Companies now realize that you don't need to be physically present in the office before you deliver whatever you have to deliver as your work. That is why, people are now, there are so many remote jobs out there. It doesn't matter where you live, whether you live in Nigeria, you live in Ghana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, you can secure a remote job from international companies. But before you can put yourself in this spot, in this position to start applying for international jobs, you have to acquire the skills and the knowledge first. Then after acquiring the right skills and the right knowledge, then you can start applying for remote jobs, contract roles and all of that, because many organizations are now looking for, they are looking elsewhere beyond their own country, because they think they can get two for the price of one outside their country. So even that being said, please, can we all mute our mic, please? Thanks. Um, all right. So thinking that they can get two for the price of one, even at that, them thinking that they can get a cheap labor, but to the local people, as in your local currency, if you still convert the money to the local currency, it is still a lot of money. Also, another opportunity you can get is, I think in the UK right now, data analyst is one of the shortage of skilled worker in the UK as well. So meaning you can be in your home country, apply for jobs. If you demonstrate that you are good enough, they can apply to sponsor you right from your home country as well. But even if this is not the case, after acquiring the right skills and knowledge, you can be guaranteed that you're going to get one sort of job or the other. You can be freelancing, you can be working, 2 months here today, 2 months there tomorrow, 1 month there, and you are cashing out at the same time. That's the position you want to find yourself. In 2023, we need to work smart. It's not about you working 9 to 5. It's not about hard labor before you get the money. It's about working smart. How do you work smart? It's about investing in yourself. Your hours for the day might be 9 to 5, but that doesn't mean you work 9 to 5. You might finish your work in 3 hours, in 4 hours. There is always a smart way of working that you are not exhausting yourself. So that's why we're here. And so quickly, I have a few slides to share with you, and after that I'll call on the facilitator to shed more light into the life of a data analyst, what you stand to gain, and the chances of you when you embark on the journey of securing a job, and the skills that you get after enrolling with us as well. We are based in the UK, so I'm going to be using UK as a reference point. but it doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter really where your country is. The pay is still good, as in anywhere you are. But because I'm in the UK, I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference. So the average salary in the UK, when you are considering a data analyst role, you are looking from probably 50, 55, 60, 65,000 averagely. And on a good day, the average salary for most people in the UK is between 18,000 and 35,000. That is what 70% gets in the UK, or 60 to 70%, between 18,000 and 35,000, you know. But now considering yourself finishing a 4-month course, and you can get a 40,000 row, 45,000 row, 50,000 row with just 4-month course, that is possible. I know it is possible because I'm a testament of that myself. You know, it is possible, far possible. One of my students recently secured a role as a software automation engineer. The take home, the annual salary is 65 plus other packages is 85,000. He has never done it before. You know, you don't need to restrict yourself. You don't need to think, oh, you just it's only 4-month course. That is why I said this has to be a 50-50%. Alio, please stop writing on the screen. If not, I'm going to remove you from the group. Please stop writing on the screen. Alio. Thanks. So it is about believing in yourself and committing your time and effort into the process. People are getting jobs. There are loads of jobs out there. Loads of jobs, to the extent that some are even taking 2 jobs, 3 jobs. How possible are they able to take on 2 jobs, 3 jobs? It's because they are working smart. It's not about working hard anymore. It's about working smart. If you know how to work smart, and you can only get that in IT, working smart, you know, that is how or why you are able to take on 2 jobs, 3 jobs at the same time. So the pay is good, the job is out there. The question is, are you ready to unlearn so that you can relearn? You know, but we are here all the way to support you, whatever you need on the journey, to provide it for you. Another reason is, you know, ability to work remotely in any part of the world. One second. All right. So as I said earlier on, since after COVID, it has made it so popular that regardless of your country, you know, you have the ability to work remotely if you get the job. And you might not even want to take on a permanent role. You can take on a freelance role, a contract role. You know, you work for company A for 2 months, for 3 months, the contract is over, you jump to company B, you know, and you are getting paid in foreign currency as well. You know, that is why it is important when it comes to investing in oneself, for you to invest in yourself. Most of us, we find it difficult when it comes to spending money on ourselves to elevate us to the next level. We find it difficult to spend that money, you know, but the little money you invest in yourself can reap you, you know, in multiple folds tomorrow. You know, take for example, probably you enroll on this course, let's say £500, you know, for the 4-month duration. But to some people, that is a lot of money, you know. But imagine you, after finishing, your daily rate, if you are considering a contract role, might be between 400 and 500 pounds. So that means the money you spent for the whole course for 4 months, you can start getting it per day. That is what most people don't realize, you know. Spending and investing in oneself, it is very important. If we want to get to the next level, you need to make a sacrifice. Part of that sacrifice you have to make is investing in yourself. You know, for whatever we sow, they say we shall reap. So if you sow in yourself, Surely and under must, you must reap the reward as well. It is as simple as ABC. Again, it's in high demand. If it's not in high demand, you won't see people taking on 2 jobs, 3 jobs. If the job is not out there, you won't see them working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. So there are jobs out there. It's in high demand. Most organizations require a data analyst as long as they deal with data in that organization. So the role is out there and you are not restricted. Just imagine how big this world is. You are not restricted to applying for roles in your home country. You can apply for roles in the UK, in Australia, in Canada, in New Zealand, in Finland, anywhere, you know, because they believe they will pay you cheap. But that is a lie, because by the time you even convert that money to local currency, that is a lot of money as well. So why not make A when the sun still shines? That is the question. All right. So what will be the roadmap if you should enroll with us? You're going to Let's go through that quickly. So you're going to go through a training. The training is for 4 months, and it will expose you to 4 industry standard tools, which are Tableau, Power BI, SQL, and Python. And the way we select this tool is based on what the recruiters or employers are asking for in most of the job applications. We just don't select tools for the sake of selecting tools. And we review these tools every 4 months, every 6 months to see what is in vogue, what is in demand now, and to implement that in our training materials as well. But as it is now, the 4 common tools that most organizations are requesting for in job applications worldwide, you'll be talking about Tableau, about Power BI, SQL, and Python. So the training is for 4 months, and it will expose you to those 4 industry standard tools. Each month would focus on one tool. So take, for example, if you might start with Power BI. So for the whole of that month, you are going to be treating Power BI. And at the end of that month, you are going to undertake a project based on the tool that you just completed. Meaning, if you put in your effort, by the end of the 4 months, you have 4 different projects in your portfolio that you can showcase to recruiters that you've worked on. That is very, very important. You need to showcase what you've worked on. So that means at the end of the 4-month program, you can showcase 4 different projects that you have used 4 different tools. You can showcase that to recruiters. That will go a long way. So if you have more time at your disposal, you can have more than 4 projects in your portfolio. But at least at the minimum, we are expecting you to be able to demonstrate or to have 4 different projects in your portfolio at the end of the 4 months, because at the end of each month, you undertake a project. As you're finishing that tool, you undertake a project based on the tool you just completed. So, and we don't preach certification. We don't preach professional certification. Why? Is because that is not what will get you the job. Professional certification is not what will get you the job. It's your knowledge, the skill, the know-how on the job that will open the doors for you. And I'm saying that from experience as well. Remember, I told you I transitioned. And before I transitioned as well, I explored different options. I had so many professional certificates, thinking that, oh, if I do it, that will give me an edge. They will take me because I've gotten the professional certificate. But that is a big lie, and that is what we've been made to believe right from the very beginning, that without certificate, we can't get anywhere. But that is not true anymore. What is important now is your know-how, is your knowledge, ability to demonstrate to recruiters that you know what you are talking about. You might have the certificate, but can you do the job? The question is, can you do the job? Can you hit the ground running? You cannot, because you only read to pass the certification. That is why the hands-on job training is very, very important. Why still on this point? Let me just quickly mention what you get um, when you enroll on this journey with us. What are the benefits that you are going to get when you enroll on this journey with us? So you get the practical training, you get to work on the live project, you get the mentorship, you get our 24-hour support. You belong to alumni group where, because you need professionals at your corners, even when you get a job, you might be stuck, you need someone to quickly tell you, oh, how to go do things, how to go about certain things. So you need people at your corner. So we have an alumni group that you can join. Also, on the alumni group, we regularly post jobs, on that alumni group as well, which you can apply for as well. Also, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, what we offer. And the certificate that you get at the end of the day is actually recognized in over 60 countries. Quickly, let me go to the body that issued the certificate. They are called CPD standards. I'm going to paste this link on the Zoom chat. And in your free time, you can explore that website, read more about them, and you are going to see us on that website as well. You see Learn with Pride on that website as well. You can read more about the benefits that is attached, to the certificate that you'll be getting from us at the end of your program. And this certificate will be coming from this body called CPD standards. Also, interview preparation as well, because one of the one of the one of the things we are known for is it's not just about you attending the trainings. We have to support you till you get the job as well. So we do interview preparation with you as well. Also, finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us as well. So that is what you are going to get for anyone that enrolled on the program. All right, so back to my slide. So you've done the training, you've done the project. Another key thing that is important is optimization of your brand. What is your brand? Your brand is your CV. Your brand is your LinkedIn profile. You have to be out there. Something needs to talk for you before they even see you. And what would that be? That would be your CV. That would be your LinkedIn. If you want to start applying for international jobs, definitely you need to revamp your CV to international standards. If you want to, also LinkedIn as well, you have to be in that space as well, because LinkedIn has become one of the popular places that recruiters now goes to head on for people, professionals. So you have to be there as well, and you have to upload your CVs in different job sites. And not only uploading your CV, make them searchable, because it is not all jobs that are posted online. Some recruiters just want to go on that site, scout for people, and ring them afterwards. Oh, we saw your CV on so and so. Are you available? Are you still in the market? You have to be in that space. So that is why it is so important. I cannot overemphasize how important this step is for you to optimize your brand. So after that, you start applying for jobs. They can see you. They start calling you. Are you available for a job? We saw your CV on so. You saw your CV on LinkedIn, and you start getting interviews. And that is where we come in again, because we assist you, we prep you for that interview so that you can go in for that interview with confidence. And with the assurance that you know what you're talking about as well. So quickly, before I call on the facilitator to shed more light, this is a company start, our company start. So since 2020 to date, we've enrolled over 20,000 in all our courses, in all our trainings that we offer from 2020 till date. And this is from January to, I think January to May or January to June. This is a start from January to June. The number of enrollment we've had, like business analysis, over 750 has enrolled on that journey. For data analysis, like 500 has enrolled. Scrum Master over 1,000, DevOps like 500. All right, so from 2020 till date, we can confidently say that 85% of our students are currently working. And I'm not limiting it to UK. I'm talking about worldwide, all our students, whether they are in Nigeria, they are in Zimbabwe, they are in South Africa, and 50% of these people works in the public sector, while the 35% work in the private sector, and 15% are job ready. They are still hunting for job, but they've got the skill, they've got the knowledge. They're just waiting for the right opportunity to come their way. So that is that about the company stats. And quickly, these are the job samples from the website. It's called JobServe. The first one on the left is paying between 60,000 and 80,000. That's a permanent role. The second one, you can see this is a fully remote, paying up to 50,000. You don't have to go to work. You can work from home. This other one too is paying 45,000, and the one on the right is paying between 45 and 55,000. Those are the kind of figures you can start to earn after acquiring the right skills and knowledge. Don't think you can't do it. Don't think, oh, this amount is too much, I don't think I can earn it. No, do not think that way. Don't limit yourself. Don't restrict yourself. Don't you have to have the I can do attitude. There's nothing too difficult to achieve. You just have to put in the work. You have to put in the work, the time, the effort, the sweat, and you'll be surprised what you'll be getting when you come out on the other side. You'll be amazed at yourself. Many of our students has done it. It is achievable. It is doable. Even those that required what's it called? A sponsorship in the UK. I think because some of our students are students, probably they came for post studies. They are looking for ways to, change their visas as well. Because of the skill they acquire from the training, companies are recruiting them, and not only recruiting them, they are giving them, sponsorship visa. They are sponsoring their visa. So you don't have to restrict yourself. You don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to say, you know what, I don't have the money. We all aspire something good, but that something good will not come to us just like that. We need to work for it. It's like not playing a lottery and you wish, oh, you now saw someone that won 10 billion, probably 10 billion naira or 10 billion pounds. You're now wishing that, oh, had it been I played that lottery, probably I could have been the one who won that money. But you never played that lottery. You can only wish. That is procrastination. So it's the same thing when it comes to transitioning. Oh, I'll do it in 3 months time, I'll do it in 5 months time. You forget that tomorrow never comes. That 4 months time will never come. If that 4 months time come, another 4 months time will add on top of that. Tomorrow never comes. That is why it is important. If you want to take any action, take action now. Do not procrastinate. We are so used to procrastination, and that affects so many things. Even that affects me myself. I could have, transitioned a long time ago, but I kept on procrastinating. No, I don't have enough money. Oh, I'm managing myself. Oh, I can't do it now. I can't do it now. Until you know what? I have to make the sacrifice. And this sacrifice I'm making, I need to ensure that I make it work. And that was what I did. And today is all a story. Not only am I facilitating, or not only am I working as a software engineer, as a consultant, I do facilitate my own software automation training as well. And this is a guy that only embarked on a 3-month journey as well. My first degree, second degree was in accounting. but with determination that, you know what, I want to do this thing. Not only do it, I want to know it to the extent that I want to start training others, and it is all a story today. That was what gave birth to Learn with Pride. From just one course that we started with, we are running like 7, 8 different courses now. It can happen to you as well. I'm not extraordinary. I'm not a brilliant guy, but, I just ensure that I commit my time and effort into the process back then. And it happened with hard work, as long as you do not give up. All right. So the cost for the training is actually $599. But I'm going to do something today for anyone that wants to enroll. This course actually is starting on the 22nd. It's starting on the 22nd of August. That is when the next cohort is starting. I'm going to do something today because as well, you can do your compare the market as well. You can compare the market, compare what others are offering as well. But for those that wants to enroll from today till 1 week's time, I'm going to be giving a 50% discount on this price. So if you are paying once, you can get 50% discount on this price. But if you don't want to pay once, if you don't want to get the 50% discount, that is fine. You can still get a discount if you want to pay twice. But if you are paying twice, you only get 30% discount. And you can start with half payment, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you started on the training. So that's the offer for today. If you are enrolling between now and a week's time, you get 50% discount if you are paying once. But if you want to pay twice, you can still get a discount, but you only get a 30% discount and you can pay twice. That is the offer we've got for you. And I tell you, the money you are spending now might end up to become what you'll be earning per day by the time you acquire the knowledge. So think about the future. Don't think about now. Think about the future. What that money, can transform to be in the future. You are spending £300 now for 4 months. That £300 might be what you'll be earning per day after acquiring the knowledge. It's a win-win situation. Getting a quality knowledge for a very affordable price. You can't go wrong, I tell you. Anyway, enough of my talk. If you are interested, if you have any questions, if you want to enroll, or if you want to ask me anything after this session, you can reach out to me on the WhatsApp number on your screen. Yes, Akinola, it's 50% of 999. Yes. So if you want to enroll, if you have any questions, queries, concerns, anything at all that you want to ask me after the end of this session, you can reach out to me on this number. So you can screenshot the screen, or you can, put the number on your phone. That will be the best number to contact me on after the session. So enough of me talking for now. I need to invite the facilitator that will take you on the journey, if you are to enroll with us, to shed more light into the number is still on your screen. Tamuno, the number is still on your screen. Because it's on data analysis. That is the Infinix phone. All right. So enough of my talking for now. I'm going to invite Samuel, who will be the facilitator that will take you on the journey. If you are to enroll, just to shed more light into the life of a data analyst, and to just, show you one or two things, as a data analyst. So thanks for now. I'm going to stop sharing, and over to you, Samuel. You can take over.
All right, everyone. Good evening once again.
Yeah, good.
This guy? Yeah, good. All right. First, let me introduce myself. So I'm Samuel Adedotu, and I'm a data analyst. I have over 5 years as a data analyst. I've worked in both private and public sector. And aside being a data analyst, I am the certified class facilitator. So basically, I would be the one to take you hand in hand through this journey. And at the end of the day, I believe you would not only become a data analyst, but an advanced data analyst, and you will be in that space to be able to bid for any job, wherever space you find yourself. So you're welcome once again. All right. So talking about data analysis, we need to first know what data is. And this is basically a definition from the CEO of LinkedIn, Jeff Werner. He says data powers everything that we do. He says data powers everything that we do. And I believe everyone on this meeting will agree with me on that. Data is different types of information that is usually formatted in a particular manner. So basically, data is what powers everything that we do. Before you join this meeting today, you got an invite and a link to the meeting. In the link, there is a collection of data, a collection of information. You have a text data in words. You have a date and time data type, showing the date and the time in which this particular meeting is to hold. So basically, data is what powers everything that we do. Now, what is data analysis? Now that we have understand what data is, what is data analysis? In every organization, every group, every company, there is always a need to clean, change, and process raw data in order to extract actionable and relevant information that will help the business to make informed decisions. And that is where the business data analysis comes in. So data analysis is a process of cleaning, changing, and processing the raw data. So basically, when you talk about data analysis, it involves 5 different processes. The first is to define your objective. For every business setting, there is always a business objective, ranging from optimizing the process, improving the profit, reducing the risks. All of these are objectives. You know, the main reason why any business organization is functioning is to make profit. And that is what defines the objective of any data analysis process. After defining the process, the next thing is to understand how to collect the data, ranging from secondary data down to primary data, to how to define how you are collecting your data. And that is part of your job as a data analyst. Then we move straight into cleaning your data. For every data that you're working on, they will always be in their raw form, in their unclean form. So as a data analyst, part of your job description is to understand how to clean data. How to clean data, basically transforming a data into the perfect format for it to undergo the analysis process. And when you talk about analyzing the data, you are basically talking about the process of extracting actionable and relevant information that will help the business to make informed decisions. And at the end of every data analysis process, there is a final part called the data visualization. Data visualization, data reporting. This is the part of converting your actionable and relevant information into graphs and charts and presenting it in a readable format. Presenting it in a readable format. At the end of the day, the basic around every data analysis process is to reduce what? Risks, and to improve the profits, improve the profit, optimize the data, the business process. These are the things that guides data analysis. Now, this is a quick search from Google to check if data analysis is still in demand. And this is the feedback. You can try to do that over there, right where you are, just search. is data analyst still in need? You see what will come up. So this says transitioning to a career in data analytics can mean stable employment in a high-paying industry once you have the right skills. Each year, there is more demand for data analysts and data scientists than there are people with the right skills to fill those roles. So what is this telling us? The jobs are there. As a data analyst, once you have the skill, getting the job is very easy. The jobs are there. There are numerous opportunities available for data analysts. But the skill is what is missing. And when you talk about these skills, it basically involves you having the knowledge on how to analyze data using the data analysis tools. There are different tools that are particular to data analysis process. And these are the tools that we'll be using in the course of this training. So basically, once you have the skill, you place yourself in that particular space to bid for that skill and to get a high-paying employment as a data analyst. This is also a report from the World Economic Forum of the future of jobs. It's a yearly report, and this is for 2022. By December 2023, a new report will be out. And this says that data analysts and data scientists are the top emerging job, followed by AI and machine learning specialists and big data specialists. So basically, as you have seen in this report, data analysis is still one of the top emerging roles which anyone can fit in. So once you get the right skills, getting the job is very easy for you. Now, becoming a data analyst in 4 months, which is the whole guide surrounding the training itself. So we have actually designed this training in a very structured format to build up your skill within a space of 4 months, either as a beginner or as an intermediate user. We will build your skills within 4 months to put you in that space of becoming an advanced data analyst and getting the right job in that regard. Now about this training. The training will introduce you to the world of data analysis, where you'll be learning how to pose questions. That's talking about the business objective, wrangling your data into formats that you can use to fix problem with it. And that's talking about the data cleaning, exploring the data and finding patterns in it and building your intuition about it. And that talks about what? The data analysis itself. Then drawing conclusions and making predictions. And this is another key part, because when you talk about data analysis process, just like I mentioned, it starts from collecting your data down to cleaning, to the analysis, to interpretation, down to data visualization itself. And we have different types of data analysis. We have the descriptive analysis, and this basically involves summarizing and describing the main features of the data set that is available. It focuses on organizing and presenting the data in a meaningful way. Then we have the inferential analysis, which basically aims to make inferences and predictions about a larger population based on the sample data. Then we also have the exploratory data analysis. We call that the EDA. The EDA focuses on exploring and understanding the data without preconceived hypotheses. It involves visualization and summarizing the statistics and data profiling techniques to uncover patterns, relationships, and interesting features. Then we have the diagnosis analysis, which basically aims to understand the cause and the effect relationship between the data. So all of this will guide our data analysis process. Please can we meet our mic, please? Please can we meet our mic? Thank you. So all of this will guide our process of drawing conclusions and making predictions, and to communicate our findings which is always the final part of every data analysis process. And not just communicating our findings, and also to go a step forward to make it prediction in the sense of predictive analysis, which involve historical data, making use of the historical data to make predictions and forecast what could occur in the future. And also processing the prescriptive, which goes beyond just predicting, but then making recommendations based on the predictions. Now, about our training curriculum. So the training will run for 4 months, and for every month, we'll be focusing on one data analysis tool. So we have structured this training to cover 2 major data visualization tools. When you talk about data visualization as a data analyst, you're talking about Power BI and Tableau. The likes of Formula 1 makes use of Tableau. Also, different data company makes use of Power BI. Power BI is a tool that is built on Excel. So it has more of a similar interface with Excel. But one thing that differentiates Power BI and Excel is Power BI is a more advanced tool. If you have to work or do any data analysis using Excel, you are limited to only work with some thousands above 1 million rows at a time. But for Power BI, you can work with over more rows than what Excel can accommodate. Then aside that, you can actually connect to more data sources when you are working with Power BI. That is why Power BI is a more advanced tool that allows you to connect to databases and different data sources than what you can do on Excel. As I believe we all know that Excel is just a spreadsheet data analysis tool that allow you to just work around a spreadsheet. Then Tableau is another great data visualization tool that most things that you'll be learning will be drag and drop. People tend to see Tableau as a more difficult tool than Power BI, but then in this training, we'll put you into that space that will teach you how to understand all the processes that involves analyzing the data and also creating a dashboard and creating a proper report on Tableau. Then another tool we'll be using in the course of this training is the SQL. SQL is the language that we use in communicating to the relational database. So just like I mentioned earlier, companies have gone beyond just storing data in spreadsheet format. So most companies that now have what we call the database, where we save our data, the company data, in form of rows and columns. So when you hear big data, we are basically talking about the database. So you get to understand how to use SQL to communicate to the database, how to manage a proper database using the SQL. Then another tool that we will be using is the Python. Python is a programming language that blends the knowledge of mathematics with English language. So you don't have any problem. Either you have a prior knowledge or you don't. Coming on this training will guide you on how to become a proper data analyst programmer on Python. Now, one good thing about our training program is for each of the two, you would have opportunity to work on a project that will guide you into building your portfolio. So as a data analyst, one key thing is portfolio. The portfolio is what would summarize all your experience in one view to the recruiter. In our Power BI section, we understand how to connect our data that's connecting to different data using Power BI. We understand how to transform our data. Just like I mentioned that majority of the data you'll be working on as a data analyst will be what? Unclean. So it is necessary that you understand how to transform your data into the perfect format. Then you get to understand how to create a model. When you talk about creating a data model, you're talking about connecting different data and showing relationship between them. So you get to understand how to create your models. You understand what a key is in data modeling. You get to understand the different keys that we have, the primary key and the foreign key. You get to understand what a fact table is and what a measure table is. Aside that, you get to understand how to build your visualization, how to write a proper dash function on Power BI. And you get to understand how to create a proper dashboard to share your insight with others in your organization. Now, we move straight into Tableau. In Tableau, you get to understand how to also connect your data to, how to connect your Tableau rather to different data sources. The likes of the database, connecting to a live source, connecting to a web source, connecting to an Excel format, connecting to a PDF format, connecting to a JSON format. There are different formats in which data can be stored, and you get to understand how to connect to each of these sources using your Tableau. Then you get to understand how to clean and transform your data. You understand what we call the metadata, that's the data properties. You get to understand how to combine your data, talking about the data blending, the joins, the unions, and the relationship. These are different type of data combination in Tableau. You get to understand all of this because of this training. Then we'll move into creating a proper visualization. Then get to know how to present your data using stories and also building and modifying your worksheets. Just like I said earlier, SQL is a language that is used in connecting and communicating to your database. At the end of this training, you would have sufficient knowledge of all essential SQL commands, talking about the data manipulation commands, data exploratory commands, data transformation commands, different commands, the likes of the select statement, the join statement, and every other statement that we refer to as SQL commands. You would have sufficient proficiencies in the SQL tools, the likes of the group by, the joins, and the subqueries. At the end of the training, you would understand how to sort and filter your data using SQL. Then you'd have understand the how to enhance the performance of your database by using views and indexes. The views indexes are basically the database properties. So you get to see each of these in the course of this training. Then you'd have sufficient knowledge on how to increase your efficiency of in writing SQL queries, and relevant theoretical concepts will also be covered in the course of this training. Now, Python, you understand how to use the Jupyter Notebook, how to use IDEs, work with numbers, strings, and lists, understand how to define your functions, how to basically do a simple flow control and language features, how to read and write files. So on Python, we can also use Python to connect to different files. So at the end of this training, you have sufficient knowledge on how to read and also write files, ranging from reading an Excel file, reading a Word file, and even going beyond that to reading files directly from a web page, which we refer to data wrangling. You would understand how to install and use common analytics libraries, talking about the likes of NumPy, the Skippy, Matplotlib, the Pandas, and every others. Now, the main reason for this training is not just for you to have the skill, but for you to have that skill and to also get that good paying job at the end of the training. So one thing about being a data analyst is you are not limited to just working in a full-time role, but you can also see yourself serving as a freelance data analyst or working on a short-term project. So the likes of LinkedIn, Twitter, Indeed.com, Dentry.io, these are different places where you can easily get jobs as a data analyst. Upwork, Fiverr, startup jobs, and different other job sites. And one good thing is we'll be guiding you on how to actually be put in for all of these jobs and to get that job at the end. Now, do you need a computer science background for you to become a data analyst or for you to enroll in this training? So the answer is no. You don't need a computer science background because in this training, we'll be holding you hand to hand in this journey. So you are welcome with open arms. We have designed this training to accommodate everyone, either as a novice to an intermediate data analyst. We'll build your skills for you and push you into becoming an advanced data analyst within the space of the 4 months. And that's all for the presentation. So within the next 10 minutes, I will be making use of one of the two that we'll be learning in the course of this training, and that is the Power BI. So just like I said earlier, Power BI is a tool that has been built on the Excel engine. That's been built on the Excel engine. So when you open your Power BI, this is basically the first view that you'll be seeing. And as you see what I have here, I have 3 different views. Talking about the Power BI, there are 3 different views where we will be doing our data analysis process. So here I have the report view. The report view is where the data reporting will be happening. That's why we'll be creating our dashboard and putting our intuitions and our insight into a proper dashboard. Just below it, we have the data view. So you see currently it's empty. Why is it empty? That's because I'm here to bring in the data. So if I have imported in the data, this is where I can easily view the data. And this is what we call the data view. And just below it, we have the model view. And that's where the modeling will be taking place. And when we talk about modeling, we are basically talking about creating relationships between our database. So let's just get started and see just a few things that we can do within a space of 10 minutes using Power BI. Now I want to bring in my data. So I'll be working on a data from the sales department. So I'll be using the customer's data and also the invoice data for this process or for this short presentation. So for me to get my data, I'll go to this space and I'll click on get data. That's where I will be connecting to my data. So before I do that, if this is a proper data analysis process or a proper project, I would have to actually make some setting before bringing my data. And for me to do that, I need to go to option and setting. Under other option and setting, I go to my options. Then basically under options, I need to make some setting for my data load. Now you notice something under my data load. under that's right under my current file, I have some properties that have been ticked. The first says that detect columns, tabs, and headers for unstructured sources. So this is ticked. Then under it, I have relationships. Import relationship from data source on first load. And the second says auto detect new data relationship after data is loaded. So normally, if it's a data, if it's a proper project, I would have unchecked this because I would want to be the one to define my models by myself. But because of this class, I will just leave this the way it is. So I would allow the tool to connect the relationships for me. So I will close this. Let me go ahead to bring me my data. Get data. All right, good. So this is it. So you see, these are different data sources where I can connect to. We have Excel, we have the text file, we have XM, we have JSON. So a whole lot of data sources that we can connect to using the Power BI. So I will be connecting to a text file. That will be the first file I'll be connecting to for tonight. So once I click on that, the next thing for me to do is click on connect. And it takes me back to my backend where I have to go ahead to check for where the data that I'm connecting to is saved. So I'm bringing in this invoice data. I go ahead to click on OK. And once that is done, it automatically requests me to either load or transfer my data. So just like I said, that after connecting your data, the next thing that you are meant to do is what? To transform your data. And that is the process of what? Cleaning your data. So I will go ahead and click on transfer. And this automatically takes me to the kitchen. I refer to it as the kitchen of Power BI. And that is what we call the Power Query Editor. That is where all the transformation will be happening. So right here, we have an option of connecting to another source. That's what I'll be doing here. So I'll be connecting to the other data, which is the customer's data. So I'll click on this source, and right there, it brings an option for me to connect to the next data. So the other data I'm connecting to is an Excel file. So I'll click on the Excel workbook and click on connect. Once that is done, this is its customers. So I click on OK, and it automatically requests me to connect to it just by bringing it directly into my, you see now it's coming as a sheet and as a table. So it is proper for me to click on the table format and to go ahead to click on 1 minute. All right. So I click on OK. Once that is done, it automatically brings that data into my Power Query Editor. Now, the first thing I want to do here is to rename this file. So I'll put it as invoice. And I'm renaming this also. Instead of having it as master customers 1, I'll leave it as customers table. So very quickly, let's go through these two data. So for the invoice data, this is the data that has the invoice information of the company. We have the invoice line ID, customer's code, the transaction ID, the descriptions, year, month, day, package type ID, quantity, and sales. Then we have the total dry items and all. So first thing I will just try to explain here is this. Each of these 1, 2, 3, ABC that you are seeing, this is showing the data type that is assigned to this particular column. So let me just click on this. You see, these are the different data types that we have on Power BI. We have the decimal number, we have the fixed decimal number that is particular to any data that is assigned to a currency. We have the whole numbers, we have percentage data, we have date and time data, we have the date data, we have the time data, the date, time, and time zone data. We have the dates, the data relating to durations. We have the text data. We have the true or false data, which is basically what we call the Boolean data. Then we have the binary data. Now, if you look at this data that I want to work on, you would get to see that my year, month, and day are basically appearing in different columns. So as a data analyst, part of your job is to find out to transform some of the columns when necessary. So in this case, it is proper that we combine these columns together, talking about the year, the month, and day. We are meant to combine them together to result to only one data, which we'll be saving as a date. So in order to do that, I'll be saving this in the United States date format. And that is what, starting with months. So for me to do that, I will hold on to my control key. So I'll click on the month first, hold on to my control key, click on day, and click on the year. Once that is done, I go directly to my transform. So one thing about this Power BI is I can either do this merging using transform or add column. So there is a slight difference between whatever process that you do on add column and the ones you do on transform. Once you do a process on transform automatically, whatever thing you do on transform, we automatically remove the initial columns and provide only the results. It will provide only the result. But whatever thing that you do on add column, when the result is coming out, the initial columns will still be present in your data. So that's basically the difference. You get to see more of that in the course of this training. So let's do this on transform. On transform, I'm going right to merge columns. Once I click on merge columns, it brings an opening for me where I can easily select the separator for me to merge my column. So since I said I'm combining the year, the month, and day to form just a single column, which will be the date column, what will be my separator? So my separator should be the what? The forward slash. And it's not here. You see the list of the separator. We have column, comma, equal sign, semicolon, space, and tab. So for me to design the separator that I want to use, I'll go ahead and click on custom. And once I do that, I can easily write in the forward slash. And this is requesting for me to give the new column a name. And that is what? Date. Then I click on OK. Now look at what we have here. So the date column, the three columns has been merged together to give a single column, and that is the date column. But there is still something wrong with this particular column. You will see that although the column is what? A date column showing the calendar, but then the data type is still showing as what? A text data type, which is ABC. So it is important that we change this column data type to what? The date data type. So in order to do that, I'll click on the ABC and go to date, then click on it. And that automatically converts this to a proper date data. Now, one thing you understand is this: for every step that is being performed in our transformation process, it's being registered directly on the apply steps. You can see them: source, promoted headers, change type, merge columns, and change type. So all of these steps are being recorded. That's one good thing about the Power BI. So if you need to go back to any steps that you have undergone, you just go back, just click on the steps, and it takes you back to it. You see, then if you need to cancel any steps, you just click on this cancel button and it cancels the steps and return you back to the previous view before you initiated the process. Now let's move straight to customers data. Let's see if there's anything we can do on our customers data. So on our customers data, we have the customer's ID, we have the customer's group, we have the customer's name, we have the customer's category, primary contacts, phone numbers, fax number, website URL, delivery method, and city province. Now, very quickly, you would agree with me that city province as a column should not be together. We should have a column, a separate column for it, a column for city, and another column for what? For province. And that is what I will be doing now. And that will be what? Splitting the column. And in order for me to do this, I will be working on this using my transform also. So for me to work on this, 1 minute. Let me take this back to the last time. Yeah, good. So this is the column we want to work on. So I want to do that on my transform. On my transform, I have an option to split my column. So under split column, these are different options in which you can split your column by delimiter, by numbers and characters, by positions, by lowercase to uppercase to lowercase, by digits to not digits, by not digit to digits. So how do we split this particular column? We'll be splitting to delimiter. What is delimiter? Delimiter is just refers to the separator. It refers to what separates one data, one string to another. So in this case, our delimiter will be the what? The parentheses. The parenthesis size will be our delimiter. Now for me to do that, I just go to split column, click on delimiter, and this opens up. Now you see what it brought out immediately. It brought this out. And so what I'll just do here directly is just for me to click on OK. There's nothing else to do. Once I click on OK, it automatically separates the two columns. It separates the two columns. Now you see both have been separated. So I can rename this as city, and I'm renaming this as province. All right. Province. Good. So once that has been set, one thing you see here is there's still a bracket that is showing at the back of the values of province. So we need to remove that very quickly. And for me to do that, how do I go about it? Directly on my transform again, I have an option of extract. So if I click on extract, it's requesting for what I want to extract. That's one way to go about it. I can extract by delimiter or text before delimiter or text after delimiter. But in order to do this, I would not use extract. I'll just use the replace value. So to use replace value, what value do I want to replace? I want to replace the close parentheses. What am I replacing it with? I'm replacing it with nothing. So I click on OK. And what do you see? This is gone. And that is basically the quick transformation that we can do for this particular data within the short time that we have. So I will go back to my home and click on close and apply. Once I click on close and apply, it automatically applies all the transformation that I've implemented on my data. And I move straight into my report, data, and model view, where I can easily now see the two data that I've brought in for data analysis. You see, it's loading it. It's trying to implement the transformation that has occurred. It's trying to implement the transformation that has occurred at the Power Query editor stage. Once that is completed, we can move straight into looking into data visualization. Now look at it. There is a connection. So there's a model that has been implemented. The reason why this was done automatically is because I set it that it should do it. The tool should do it for me. But in a proper data analysis project, you'll be the one to do it. You'll be the one to perform the model by understanding the key, getting to understand the primary key, and the foreign key, getting to understand the fat data and all of that. So you get to connect the data and create a schema, either a snowflake schema or a star schema, basically. Now you see that in our data view, we now have our data. We have the customer's data and the invoice data that we have brought in. Then this is our report view where the data visualization will be happening. That's where we build our visuals from. We build our visuals using our data. So for tonight's class, or for tonight's presentation rather, I'll be creating just 2 or 3 visuals before I stop this presentation. So that is customer's key. Now, one thing that guides every data visualization or building of visuals is this. For every visualization, you are basically connecting a categorical data to a numerical data. That's what guides our data visualization process. They're connecting a categorical data to what? A numerical data. Now, in my customers data, I want to bring in the customers category. Customer category name. So once that is in, I can easily bring in the sales. That's from my invoice data. Sales. So look at this. This automatically shows the a column chart for the sales against the customers category. And you see right here that just by this visual, you can see that Nofty shop has the highest sales value, followed by the supermarket, then the gift store followed. Then I think the last 2 are just the same. That's talking about the computer store and the corporate store. They are not the same value actually. So this is more, but this is more with some values. So I can leave this visual this way, or I can choose to change the visual to another visual that I want. Let's say I want to change it to something different, maybe a clustered, let's see, yes, a clustered column chart. So this is better off. Then another thing I want to quickly show is let's filter this data. So we want to filter this data by month, or by year rather. Let's filter it by year. So in order to filter it by year, all I have to do is bring in my slicer. I have to bring in my slicer in my visual. So this is my slicer here. Now it's requesting me to populate my slicer with a data. And what is the data that I want to populate it with? The data will be the calendar. Under the dates data, I have the dates hierarchy, which will show the hierarchy of the dates. So in the hierarchy, I want to work with year. I'm populating it with year. And just as I've done that, you would notice that now I have a slicer just right here. Now I need to change the slicer. I need to change the view of this slicer. I don't want it the way it is currently. I need to change the view to basically show it in a more better view. For me to do that, under my format, so under my slicer, let's use the slicer setting. So in the slicer setting, let's leave it as a vertical list. So you can bring down the list. So this is the list of the years that we have in our view. So what will this help us to do? It will allow us to filter this particular visual based on year. So if I click on 2018, this automatically change it in respect to the year. If I click on 2019, let's see, you see that there's a change. So in 2018, for example, the last category is the computer store, and in 2019, there's a change. So in this year 2019, the last category has not changed from computer store to gift store. If you check 2020, we can easily see that there's also a change in 2020. So in 2020, computer store also returns the lowest sales value. And in 2021, let's see what category returns the lowest sales value, and that's corporate. So this is an easy way to quickly view our sales value against the categories for each of the year. And that's not all. So in this kind of visual, we can choose to also improve this chart by implementing some formatting. We can implement some format on this particular data. And let me just do that within the last few minutes before we end the presentation. So just 1 minute. Let me format this. So if I go to format again, it automatically brings out this and allow me to create whatever format that I want to initiate. So let me say, let's try to open the data models or data labels rather, which will show the labels for each of the bars: 15.8 million, 2.0 million, 1.8 million, 1.6 million, 1.5 million, thereabout. Then another thing we can try to do is we can actually design a title for our so this is the title here, but I want to change this. So let's say sales by customers category. Customers category. Then I can change the formatting of this. So if I put this to white and I change this to black. All right, good. Then I can centralize it. I can centralize this. Now look at what we have. So this is becoming what? Beautiful to the eye. And that's part of the data visualization process. Designing your data to your visuals to a better view in which whoever is seeing it at just a first view, whoever is seeing it, either your client or the board of trustees will find it interesting to easily understand what you are trying to show in your visualization. So because of our time, this is where I will be stopping with my presentation tonight. And I look forward to having everyone in the training where we will see how to go through these processes and to become good in the art. Thank you, everyone. And I will be expecting whatever questions that you have. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Samuel. Thanks for the presentation. If you want to stop sharing, thanks. Let me share my page. All right, so please, if you have any question, you can start to raise your hand and I'll be calling you shortly to ask your question. So please, if you have any question, kindly indicate by raising your hand and I'll be calling you. And also you can put your questions in the chat as well, but I'd like to hear from, we are here to learn together. So I'd like to hear your voice. So I'll prefer you talk to me than typing or putting it on the chat. So please don't be shy. You can raise your hand. All right. So as I said, the training will be starting on the 22nd. The next cohort will be starting on the 22nd of this month. The training will be twice a week, every Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. And also, the price for the 4-month duration is $5.99. But as I said earlier on, we have 50% discount on it for a week. I don't know whether it will last a week because we only have 10 slots available for the cohort starting on the 22nd. Only 10 slots we have available. So, but we are giving 50% discount for anyone that is paying once between now and the next 5 days or 6 days. And as well, if you don't have it once, you can pay twice as well, but you only get 30% discount if you are paying twice. But the thing is, we only have 10 slots available, so we try to do it first come, first serve. So it will be starting on the 22nd, and it's going to be a 4-month journey. Although your journey doesn't end with us in 4 months, you are still going to be part of the family. You are still going to be part of the community as well. And the learning still continues until you get the job. That is why we are here. So Zachary, you can unmute and ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Sorry, I cannot hear you at all.
All right, can you hear me now, sir?
Much better, yes.
All right, good evening, and thank you for the insightful overview session. Sorry, a quick one. My question is on the system specification. Is there any particular specification you would recommend for systems to be used for the classes and the practical projects? Thank you.
All right. Personally, I don't know about someone, but personally, me, I'm a Windows person. So any Windows laptop, well, when you are considering any Windows laptop, you'll be looking at the processor to be Intel Intel Core or Intel Dual Core from i3, i5, i7, and with probably 8 GB memory. That should do the work. Has that answered your question, Zachary? All right, cool. Thanks. Covenant, you raise your hand. Covenant UK. You can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you so much for the one presentation. Most of my questions have been answered. So I just want to ask, like, if someone to pay now concerning the 50%, how much will person pay?
299.
29 naira, right?
No, that is in pounds. Naira is just times it with 1,000 now. So in naira it's 600,000. So half of that is 300,000.
300.
But if you want to pay twice, twice will only attract 30% discount, and that will be 420,000. So half of that 420,000 you can start with. But if you want the 50%, then that will be 300,000 in naira as well.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Henry, you raise your hand.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thanks for the insightful lectures. I'm highly interested in this program. One of your, I'm actually in UK, but one of your lecture days falls on my work day, which is Wednesday,
Okay.
and free on Tuesday. So I don't know whether there are any concessions in terms of. I am available from 9 and every 9 p.m. I'm available on Monday. I'm available on Sunday. So I don't know whether there are any concessions from your side. So let me know what to do.
All right. So what we do is every session is recorded. And also, when you enroll, you'll be onboarded on our LMS platform. After you register on our LMS platform, you can log into your dashboard and access the recording at any time after it's been uploaded. So if you miss any class, because it's possible, some people, for work reason or some other reason, you might miss a class, but the recorded session will be there. And also, when you are going through the recorded session, if anything is not clear, because you'll be added to a group, to a WhatsApp group, I'll be on that group, someone will be on that group, and every other member as well will be on that group. If you are going through the recording at your own time and anything is not clear, you can put it on the WhatsApp group, and I'm sure someone will be more than happy to sort you out with any question you might have because you missed the class.
Okay, thank you. The other question is about, are there going to be, I know it's online, are there materials, are there physical materials that you're going to be sending to us to use?
Yes, it's going to be intense. So there will be physical materials that will be sent across. Also, you can access the material on the LMS as well, aside the recording. So it's not only recording, there will be material sent out as well.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Henry. Thanks for that. What time is the classes quickly? So the time is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's to Akinola. Justina, you raise your hand. You can unmute and ask your question. Justina, are you there? You are on mute if you are talking. All right, let's go to Francis. Francis, you raise your hand.
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you.
Well, thanks so much for the wonderful presentation. I just want to ask, with the look of things, it's like it's going to be practically based. So which means every Tuesdays and Wednesday, we will be live with the instructor. And that could be either through Zooms or Teams.
That will be on Zoom, yes.
That's excellent. Then my second question is this: are we going to have kind of I asked a question on the chat group. I said, can we have a kind of curriculum ahead of the training so that we will know what we want to pass through?
Sure.
Everything ahead.
Sure, I can forward that to you. If you message me on that number on your screen, I believe I'm sharing my screen. You can see the WhatsApp number on my screen, right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
If you message me on that WhatsApp number, I'll forward it to you.
Third question. I must be said to you, you guys are the best. I'm happy I met you guys. And apart from that, I'm happy that at least one of my aspirations is to learn from someone that is practically based, not just an LMS class.
Yeah.
Because some are not too good with LMS class in the sense that they want someone to be doing it while they were doing it.
That's correct, yes.
My third question is that after the training, is there kind of fully support? To be sincere with you, I'm also in the UK. In fact, during your presentation, I pick interest in IT support because I'm into IT sector, IT support from Nigeria.
Okay.
And getting to UK March, though I have attended like 3 interviews. I have passed one, but due to distance, I couldn't. But I can see some bottlenecks compared to the system of Nigeria here. And with this wonderful package, I'm kind of obtaining for this data analytics. And my major concern is, after the training, will there be much backup until one secure a good role within shortest
Yes.
possible time?
So anyone that enroll with us, it is not only about money. That is why I'm confident that anyone who has done their research or has gone to any training, any other training provider, you know that we are one of the cheapest. But being one of the cheapest doesn't mean we are offering a quantity. We are still offering you a very quality. And one of the most important to us is, the support that, because as I said, if you listen to my story, I transitioned as well. And during my own transitioning, I didn't get that support. I struggled, and that's the reason why or that's what actually gave birth to Learn with Pride, to assist people, to support people that might be in the same position, in the same shoes that I was years ago, to make the journey smooth for them. So it's not only about 4 months. After 4 months, you can't come to me and I say, I don't know you anymore. That is why I said, if you join this session from the beginning as well, I said we have an alumni group that you can join, because you need people, you need professionals at your corner, whether before you get the job or even after you get the job, you might be stuck on one thing. You need people to run to. That is why we create that platform for like-minded people to come together, and also we share jobs as in on that platform as well that you can apply to. So there's this ongoing support that you have. You become a family. So the moment you enroll with us,
Thank you so much.
and that's what we are trying to build.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Francis. Thanks. Justina, are you there now? All right, Justina is not there. For anyone that requires, what's it called? To see the outline of the course outline, you can as well message me on the WhatsApp number, on your screen, and I'll be forwarding the outline to you if you message me on WhatsApp. Henry, you raise your hand again.
Yeah, sorry, I have to come back again. Just two quick questions. I use a Chromebook. Can it be useful for this purpose? Then I think I forgot the second question, which is very important. I would have asked that first. You just answered it. I forgot that. Maybe
all right. Samuel, Chromebook that doesn't run on Windows. For the softwares, can they use Chromebook? Because that is running on its own, that has got its own whatever that is using. Hello, Samuel, are you there?
Yes,
You're on mute if you are talking.
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, the question is, it's got a Chromebook, but Chromebook doesn't run on Windows.
So Chromebook has its own iOS, and it won't work. It's better you get a Windows or maybe a Mac. If it's not a Mac or a Microsoft or a Windows laptop. Rather, it might be difficult. Yeah.
All right, Henry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Lawrence, you raise your hand. Hello, Lawrence. If you're talking, you're on mute.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, sorry, I asked a question on the group. I want to know what's the duration for the program and how much is it? And if there's any room for an installation payment.
All right, the duration is for 4 months. That's the duration. The cost is £599. That's the cost.
Five-
But
599 pounds.
£599. Yes, but if you want to take advantage of the discount, you can get 50% discount if you are enrolling between now and the next 6 days. You can get 50% discount. Although that's not guaranteed, as we only have 10 slots available. Also, and that is if you are paying once, you can get 50% discount. But if you want to split the payment to 2, you only get 30% discount. And you can start with half payment, then the other half can be due after 6 weeks that you've started on the course.
Okay, sorry to come in. The 599 pounds, please, how much is it in Naira? Because I really don't know the actual rate for
that's 600,000. So if you are
600,000.
yeah, so if you are getting 50% discount, that will be 300,000 after the 50% discount. But if you want to go with the 30% discount, that will be 420,000.
Okay, all right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Henry, is that a new hand or an old hand? Oh,
Sorry, is the old one.
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Okay.
just lower one hand now. I think Jerry. Is it Jerry that raised? Sorry, it was by mistake. I lowered the hand. Please, you can unmute and ask your question. Jerry, yeah. Jerry, are you there? All right. Please, are we going to receive certificate at the end of the training? That's from Henry. Yes. I made mention it as well earlier on. All our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate that you'll be getting at the end of the program comes from them, and it's recognized in over 60 countries as well. I pasted the link on the chat earlier on. I can repost it for you to read more about them and the benefits that is attached, in having their certificate. I'm pasting it again in the group chat so you can read more about the certificate as well. That is to Henry. So you can check the group chat. I just pasted it. I'm just going through the questions on the chat. What time will classes be taken? That will be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. What is the... In regards to payment, are we paying in Naira or pounds? You can pay in either Naira or pounds. I think we've answered most of the questions on this chart. All right, so just not to waste our time, we've almost spent 2 hours. Just to iterate, the start date is on the 22nd of August. The cost is $599, and you can get 50% discount if you are paying once between now and the next 6 days. And also you can as well, if you don't have it once, 30% is available if you want to pay twice. The only thing is we only have 10 slots to take on for the one starting on the 22nd of this month. So make hay when the sun still shines. There's a lot attached to, a lot of benefit attached to what you'll be getting. You get the practical training, the project, the mentorship, the support, interview preparation, CPD accredited certificate, and we also give you a reference for the duration that you are with us that you can use on your CV, or when you secure a job, we'll be more than happy to give you a work reference for that as well. So those are the benefits attached to it. And as I said, the money you are investing today, you might become what you get per day after you acquire the right skills and knowledge. So why not take the opportunities today and let's rewrite tomorrow. That is it. Let's invest in ourselves so that we can make tomorrow much more better for ourselves. That being said, any final question from anyone before we call it a day? Unamdi Johnson, did you ask any question? You can unmute and talk to me. I didn't see any question.
Yeah, sorry, I want to ask a very quick question.
Yeah.
You said there are only 10 slots. What if, like, you're not able to meet up with the payment before the expiration
No,
date?
I don't. The slot, I don't know. In my last, the next 1 week, the next, I don't know. You know. But all I know is we only taking 10 people on board.
So only 10 people for this August.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
session.
Only 10 slots available for this August. That's what I meant. Sorry, because
So-
the enrollment has started before this session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it going to be like? Probably if the 10 slots are filled up, would there be another opportunity for someone to register?
Yes, sure. But you can, that's why I said for you to keep up to date, you just try to copy down the WhatsApp number on your screen right now and message me just to check,
Okay.
and I'll let you know.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. I believe we've been able to gain one or two things from this session tonight. It is doable, it is possible. You know, it's just a matter of determination. And I do tell my students, if I can do it, anyone with great determinations as well can do it. So that being said, thank you for your time. Hopefully I'll see some of you on the journey and we can rewrite the story together, and eventually land that dream job and come back on here to give the testimony. So thanks for your time. The recording will be shared on the WhatsApp group. Also, it will be available on our YouTube channel at Learn with Pride from tomorrow as well. So you can go on our YouTube channel, Learn with Pride, and you'll see the recording as well. So thanks everyone. For any questions, please message me on the WhatsApp number on your screen. I'll be more than happy to answer any question. So for now, thanks. And is there going to be a discount for people who couldn't make the August enrollment? We try as much as possible to give discount on any cohort that we are running. So that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, you can talk to me more on that anyway. So thanks everyone for your time. Do have a lovely night and see you on the journey. Thanks. Bye-bye.